Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great. I'm starting with you guys because you guys are the birthday babies. Happy birthday. The sun is going to be entering you guys on April 19th, and this reading is going to be covering the 17th through the 24th. So welcome to your season. We have a lot going on. Before we get into things, guys, if you find value in the readings, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. That's first of all. Secondly, and more importantly, thank you all so much for your condolences and your well wishes. It's been a hell of a couple of weeks for my family. I lost my father and my mother-in-law within 10 days of each other, and Lady Death and Spirit have their own time schedule, right? But listen, they were both over 90 and they were both surrounded by love. So what more can one ask for, right? So let's get into these energies, guys. Let's hope we get some good messages. I now have two more soldiers on the other side helping us out with Spirit, giving us some beautiful messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And let's get some crowning messages from the Wisdom of the Oracle. First card up, message in the bottle. Messages coming up from the emotions, Taurus. Realizing how either how you feel or how somebody else feels. And I want you to notice in this card that there's a telephone in the bottle. Telephone indicates communication. We have Mercury entering your sign of Taurus on April 19th. And this is when Mercury enters Taurus, we're in a space where we're thinking things through very, very thoroughly, right? Attention to one thing at a time, right? To really simplify our lives. Now, we can be in danger of narrow or overly conservative or rigid thinking. This is happening in your first house of self. So just a little heads up there. There's some sort of unfinished symphony going on in your life that needs addressing. One more. And the tribe. This has to do with family, your friends, your people, where it is that you feel like you belong. So there's definitely some sort of emotions that are being dealt with, having to do with the situation that you're involved with, having to do with perhaps your family, perhaps a group that you're somehow involved with, is what I'm seeing here. Something that you don't know about yet, though. It's something that you don't realize. Now, we also have on the 23rd, we have Mars entering Cancer, and that's going to be in your third house of communication. Third house is communication, but it's also siblings. It's also extended family. So something might be rising out from the emotions, or a sibling or extended family member may be sharing how they feel about a particular situation. There may be some sort of negotiations going on regarding some sort of circumstance within family. This could also have to do with communicating differently or in a particular way with somebody maybe who you met online. As the third house is all modes of communication, in addition to being siblings, extended family, early learning, your neighborhood, and the realization, I feel like, of some sort of emotion, something that's like not quite finished. And you are dealing with either, again, we have tribe as well here. So, particularly because you are going to be having this Mars entering Cancer in that third house, I do feel like a lot of Taurians are going to be dealing with a lot of perhaps issues having to do with siblings or again, extended family, neighborhood, something like that. Okay, so let's see what we have coming up. So these are going to be general messages, guys, just for this first reading after this crazy time. I hope that's okay with you. I typically post every week for those who are new here. And I typically splice my readings into relationship and career. I'm kind of going with the flow. Hopefully that's okay for you guys for this time. And then I'm going to pull additional energies for clarification and see what we end up getting. So coming into this energy, we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse is, this could indicate a new job. This could indicate a new home, or a hope returning, recovery. I like this energy way better in the reverse. There's more positive vibe here, so this is about hope returning. A lot of times the Five of Pentacles energy also shows up, Taurus, is like a healing energy in that, it could be having to do with a healing of a family situation, a healing of a friendship situation, or even healing within a relationship, or even a job, even something within your career. So the situation right now, we have these two energies. We have the Three of Cups, and it's working with the Nine of Wands. So the Three of Cups is an energy of support, right? The Three of Cups is about celebration and abundance, but It's about support and emotional and physical healing. This is a really good energy for any sort of new relationship or healing within a current relationship. Again, I'm getting a lot of healing energy. 3 is the number of creation as well. Just want to be careful not to party too much with that 3 cups energy. And we have this working with the 9 of Wands. So energy of strength for sure. You're in a strong position. This indicates that you have fought long and hard, having to do with something that's made you really dog tired. So whether it was that relationship with somebody in an intimate connection, family connection, work connection, anything like that. You have the will to persevere, though, to see something through. Your feeling of exhaustion is temporary, and you probably may be in a space right now feeling kind of defensive. It's probably likely. You just want to make sure that you don't maintain any sort of, and if you can avoid it even better, any sort of negative mindset, because your efforts here, the 9 of Wands does indicate to me that you're going to be met with success as long as you maintain a balanced and very careful approach, right? Because remember, what's after the 9 of Wands is that 10 of Wands energy where it's like, man, I can't do this anymore, right? So you're still hanging in there right now. And I like that we have this healing. It's almost like you've been through a lot and you're holding on by a thread, but you still have some fire in your belly left for something, whether it's that relationship, that job, that family situation. So we do have the crowning energy, which typically shows up as the best to be achieved out of the circumstances. And we do have the Ace of Cups reverse, and this is being let down. I'm feeling very disappointed in a situation. You might even be struggling right now with a little bit of depression or maybe even some confusion, right? The Ace of Cups a lot of times can be very confused about something. But yeah, because we have Unfinished Symphony here as the center oracle, you're feeling like something's not totally done. You're learning something, you're realizing something. It's almost like emotions or an understanding of a situation is revealing itself almost piecemeal, having to do with some sort of situation going on. We have the foundation, the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, so this indicates some selfishness. So somebody here, I think you're dealing, Taurus, with somebody who's rather selfish, where there's this one-sidedness, and the struggling with it, right? With this, you may be struggling with somebody being very selfish. You may even be selfish, or you may be acting rather one-sided, but it's because of something. So if you find that you are feeling like that, it's not just because you woke up in the morning and you felt like being like that. It's, again, feeding into this element of defensiveness. You may be, again, experiencing a dynamic within a connection, feeling like you need to defend yourself, and somebody may be saying, oh, hey, you're being selfish, but really, in essence, what you're trying to do is sort of protect yourself. Now, we have you as the Empress here. This is a great energy because this is straight up Venus. It's a beautiful trifecta of growth, right? Which is love, it's money, it's feeling very good about yourself being in something. And because of all of these things, it's you're feeling yourself grow, Taurus. You sure are, okay, is what I'm getting here energetically, which makes sense to me. I mean, to have the sun, keep in mind, whenever the sun, whatever sign, whatever house, right, the sun is aspecting, that's where our focus is going to be, right? And then we have to consider Mercury as our mindset, our mental faculties, our ability to communicate. That's also in Taurus, right? So, you know, the focus is on what you value, and you're thinking things through very carefully in a way because you really want to move your life forward in a very beautiful way where you feel good about what it is that you're in. And you say, well, isn't everyone always like that? And the short answer is absolutely not. No, you know, so it seems like you don't want to deal with any drama. You don't want to deal with any more nonsense. You just want to grow your life in whatever area this is resonating for you and grow that relationship, grow in that career, maybe both. You want to grow in that family connection. You want to put the past in the past. You want to just heal. You want to move on. You want to just allow things to be better than they've been. We have the Hierophant energy with an external energy that's impacting you. And this is about expectations and conformity, right? And again, this is you. You are Taurus energy is the Hierophant. So I feel like there is some sort of situation that's going on right now where you're very aware of societal expectations having to do with a particular situation that's going on, whether it has to do with a family situation, maybe having to do with an inheritance or a will, or that financial situation having to do with work or something within that relationship, right? Where there are certain things that are expected, right? From a macro point, right? For example, I'm just going to use a mundane example. If you're in a relationship and you guys had the discussion that you were going to be in a relationship, just the two of you, the expectation is that there's not going to be a third party, right? Because you had the conversation. So that would be the expectation, right? Or the societal expectation that things would go a particular way. And I feel like that's sort of coloring how this Venus energy is showing up. Some sort of expectation, conforming to your ability to feel good in something, your ability to grow in something. Now we have the Queen of Cups as the challenge. I'm going to say the challenge, it's the block, Queen of Cups in astrology is Gemini and Cancer energy, right? I mean, this is a very intuitive energy, high emotional IQ, not afraid of intimacy. This is about parenting. This has to do with parents or parenting. Understands what it takes to treasure what is valued, right? Understands the right thing to do, but this is in the challenge position. So this could either be a challenge for you to recognize this, or you might be dealing with an energy who has a hard time seeing this, right? Somebody who is maybe not very emotionally honest about what's needed to make a situation work, regardless of the situation, right? Because Gemini is about communication, right? And Cancer is about feeling, Cancer has to do with home, either the physical home or the metaphorical home, feeling grounded, rooted, and safe and secure. So it's that conversation, the communication having to do with that either literal home or metaphorical home. And that is in like a block position for you right now. Now this can show up as simple as you needing to have this conversation about what it is that you want, need, and desire, or what you feel is rightfully, I'm going to say yours, because that sounds very sort of like, I don't know, ownership-like, but what you feel is the right thing to do, right? Because we have the Hierophant energy, but you having a hard time calling out that elephant in the room, or maybe you're dealing with a very challenging personality and you're just not sure how to actually approach the situation, because you really don't want to deal with what's on the other side of it, right? So now we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So the Knight of Wands in reverse, this can be very chaotic energy. So you may be dealing with somebody who's very chaotic. Now this is about excess impulsivity. Those of you who are resonating with this is like an intimate kind of thing. This could actually even have to do with sexual excess. So somebody who, maybe was not very honest about something in the relationship. Maybe there was some sort of affair going on. But this could also have to do with maybe a family member is just a little left to center. Maybe they're having some sort of emotional or mental struggle. You might be dealing with somebody in work like that, right? But in the near future, this does tell me that you are going to be dealing with an energy like that. It's going to end up creating a lot of pain for you, right? There's going to be some sort of pain in truth, and you're going to feel, it does seem to me here, betrayed, right? But the thing is this: if you're in a space of wondering how something is going to go, how somebody feels, how something is going to roll out, the clouds of doubt are going to be cleared, and all you're going to be able to do is face reality. And any confusion is going to be gone, and you're going to be in a position to move on from the shock or the pain of something and begin some real healing, Now, I do want to say, for some of you, this could certainly mean also, and I always want to throw this in, this can mean a heart issue that may need attention to safeguard. It doesn't mean it's a big deal. It could be circulatory, some sort of blood pressure issue, some sort of angina. I'm just giving that, as an example. Could certainly mean that, and I want to be cautious when I'm saying that, because you're dealing with a very challenging personality, and this may be causing you a significant amount of stress. But I do see this, there is this pain, but then there is this ultimate illumination. So let's pull a few more cards on that, okay? Let's pull 3 for clarification, because I like the number 3. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is about rejection and false starts and delays and somebody being kind of brutal because they can't get out of their own damn way. This is a competition, battle of the wills, a lack of agreement, very strong opinions, fighting to be heard. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles as this closing energy here, which is about, putting a lot of hard work into a situation, but being very patient. There's a lot of potential for success, whatever it is that you see in your mind's eye for this situation. Whatever your situation is, don't give up. Your future self is going to thank you. It does seem like, though, you are dealing with dare I say, an epic pain in the ass. I don't know if this is like in an intimate situation, work, family situation. Let's pull one more last one. Yeah, and we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, which is a new outlook or direction and a new option. So I definitely see things going in a better direction ultimately, which is really, really good. All right, so why don't we pull a couple of oracles for those of you in relationship? If you were resonating with the reading that I just did, having to do with relationship, let's pull a couple of Island Time Wellness. See what we get. Clock, Hand of Cards, the Butterfly. Okay, and let's pull clarifiers for each one. Let's pull the Astro dice. Okay, we have Capricorn, Jupiter, and 11th house. All right, so really working on expanding this 5-year plan, 10-year plan, focusing on the future. Some of you may be in this space where you're really looking at your friendships as well. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries, fresh path, new perspective. So when we have Capricorn, Capricorn is all about work, right? It's all about putting the work into something. That is a devil energy. It is that 10th house energy having to do with career. It's 10th house career, public reputation. You're standing in the world. Jupiter is all about luck and expansion. So when we get Capricorn and Jupiter together, remember Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, so this is where we have this, fabulous conjunction going on, and so I feel like there's going to be a lot of communicating for you guys having to do with your ultimate goal, having to do with friendships, having to do with goals and gains, what it is that you want out of a particular relationship. And it's time to take action with the new moon in Aries. Moon is emotions. Aries is all about, come on, let's go. Fresh path, new perspective. So we have the clock. Clock is about needs time, takes time, time and cycles, time to heal. There's got to be some healing here. And this is clarified by passion. There's lots of chemistry here. You like each other equally, having fun. There's this idea that something needs time. So you're not done with something yet. You're not done. Hand of Cards is about taking a chance, a risk, being strategic, but not showing your cards. It's like there's a lot of thinking going on. There's a lot of processing. Again, because the sun is entering your energy on the 19th, there's going to be a lot of focus on what it is that you value. Now, there is clarifying this. We have chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. That may be you, that may be them. But it does seem like that might be even something that you're feeling, but you're really not wanting to talk about. We have butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth, as this is a karmic relationship. There's got to be this letting go and loving you anyway kind of thing. There's a lot of resentment here. There's a lot of lessons being learned. It's a lot of resentment. But, when we say the relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth, whatever that next phase is for you, I don't know your personal chart and I don't know what else is aspecting you. You're not only Taurus. But I do feel like some of you are going to be that next evolution of the relationship, maybe pulling away because you're recognizing the tumultuous energy within the relationship is actually not healthy for you. We have keys on a ring, many options and decisions, unconventional string along, one night stand, and then we have this idea of heartbroken. So many of you may be resonating with this. If you resonated with the Three of Swords as being some sort of cheating situation or somebody who somehow betrayed you, right? There are many ways we can betray each other, but it is this heartbroken, is deeply sad, separation, being broken up, loss, grieving, mourning. Many options though. So somebody sort of, I definitely see this like really not having a meeting of the minds at all. Not having a meeting of the minds. But you kind of taking control of the situation is really what I'm getting here. Yeah, healing heart, exactly. Freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. One more. Not today. You don't want to deal with the hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, really establishing very healthy boundaries. You may still be angry or still kind of like not okay regarding a particular situation, right? But remember now, the new moon in Aries, moon is emotions. Aries is about a new beginning. So there's this element, I'm getting this idea that there's an ending and now there's a new beginning, but you're sensing that something is not totally finished. At least even in your energy, even if you don't want anything to do with this person, I don't feel like you're going to be revisiting something in the way that it was. It really doesn't seem like that to me from an energetic perspective. Now, for those of you resonating with this as far as a career, let's pull a couple of energies for that. And this could be career or a family member. Let's see what we have going on here. So we have the Four of Wands, okay, Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Devil, and the Queen of Wands. Definitely dealing with the shady energy, either in work or in family. Four of Wands is one of the family cards, right? This is a success after completion, it's a celebratory vibe. This has to do with family, right? Venus in Aries, right? So it's feeling safe, feeling grounded in something. This element of groundedness, family. Well, then we have, now this could also be feeling grounded and safe, right, in work as well. We have Seven of Swords, which is all about dishonesty and somebody who's kind of immoral, running away from responsibility, somebody who's overstepping boundaries or who's being really selfish. And you're going to need your wits about you to play them at their own game, to find out what it is that you need to know, because there's a lot of imbalance here that you're dealing with. The Devil energy is not cool, right? It's just really not an easy energy to deal with. You might be experiencing some sort of like unfair contract at work, or somebody who's really domineering either at work or in your family, somebody who's very, very toxic, but you're dealing with them because you feel sort of trapped and you have to in the moment. And that could be very, very challenging, but I see you stepping into your power. You're going to be relying on your ideas, on your ability to communicate, right? Ideas are going to be very strong for you right now. You're going to be able to make things happen, and you're going to be able to smooth things over, for lack of a better term, is really what I'm seeing here. Smooth things over. Let's pull a card of advice. Okay, from another astrology deck. Let's see what we're getting into. North Node energy, my friends. Absolutely. This is all about soul school, doing those soul lessons, being on a learning curve, understanding that you're in the process of growing, evolving, learning. There's some sort of situation that's meant to be part of your path. It's going to be evolving you to the next stage, though. Everything is very destiny driven that's happening here. And also we learn in the North Node. And right now the North Node is in Gemini, which is all about early learning and communicating. So there's going to be a lot of communication. There's going to be a lot of destiny driven finalizing of things as well. Since the North Node is in Gemini, Gemini is about doing business, signing on the dotted line, having those conversations, learning things in a new way, dealing with things in a new way. So I do see that this is going to be happening for you. Let's roll the dice for this situation. Okay, nice. We have the South Node there, really nice. We have Aquarius, and we have the 11th house again. Again, 11th house has to do with friendships, but it also has to do with gains and goals and your 5-year plan, 10-year plan. Aquarius is the 11th house, and it has to do with the future. And then we have the South Node, which is about releasing something. That's Sagittarius energy right now, releasing wherever that Sagittarius is in your chart. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. You may be feeling that there's something you need to release, overwhelmingly so, in your life. And once you release that and you work on releasing, feeling like you know better in a particular area, that's where your future is going to be able to open up and you're going to find peace. So everything is happening just as it's supposed to happen right now. But again, you're dealing with something that is unfinished. There's something going on underneath the surface that you're not privy to right now. It's going to be exposing itself to you, and it has either to do with your family, your friend group, or the group that you work with. And that is what I see for you, my friends, for this week, the 17th to the 24th of April. I hope this was helpful for you in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.